Hello YouTube, I have returned. I apologize for the amount of time it has taken for me to post a new video, and I apologize for the long hiatus wherein I made all of my videos private, but I had my personal reasons for that. I am older now, and I'm better educated, and I hope that I have more to offer my YouTube channel. So, hello, my currently 53 subscribers. I am so pleased that you are still here. I hope that your accounts are still active, because this will be my first video in years, and pretty soon I'll be posting a video wherein you will see my face and you will see how much I have aged since the last time I have posted a live video. This is a video on anti-intellectualism, because I think that is a very big problem in the United States, and this will probably not be the last video I will do on this subject. In fact, this will probably just be the first in a series of videos. From early childhood, we are taught to distrust intellectuals. It starts when we are young with Dr. Robotnik from Sonic the Hedgehog and continues into our adolescence with Lex Luthor from Superman, and finally into our adulthood with Hannibal Lecter. The mad scientist and the evil genius stay with us our entire lives. Even schools rarely facilitate a social atmosphere which encourages intellectual growth. The jocks are the cool guys and the intellectuals are the nerds. Our heroes are basketball champions but never chess champions. We are aware of King Griffey Jr., Walter Payton, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, and Tim Tebow. Any one of us can name 20 famous living athletes off the top of our heads in well under 5 minutes, but it would be a strain for most young people to name 10 living scientists, and many are unable to name one. One problem is that to many Americans it is commendable to study one's religion, especially Christianity, yet it is almost taboo to study anything else. The Book of Mormon reads, "O the wise and the learned, woe be unto them, saith the Lord God Almighty, for they shall be thrust down to hell." 2 Nephi chapter 28, verse 15. But to be learned is good if they hearken unto the counsels of God. 2 Nephi chapter 9, verse 29. The Bible reads, "For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, and the cleverness of the clever I will set aside. Where is the wise man? Where is the scribe? Where is the debater of this age? Has God not made foolish the wisdom of the world?" 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verses 19 through 20. The Quran is not innocent of this either. This man argues that the earth is flat because the Quran says that it is. The Bible and the Book of Mormon have similar verses, but followers of these religions, as well as many Muslims, manage to continue to be religious without being opposed to science and intellectualism. A few months ago, I had the privilege to see this man, Ken Miller, give a fantastic speech on evolution. He is a devout Catholic and he is a brilliant evolutionary molecular biologist, but people have trouble following his example. Religion continues to be the most prominent source of anti-intellectualism. For one reason or another, many religious people see God and science as incompatible, and as they continue to peddle their mysticism, I'm beginning to see more and more what their point is. I'm beginning to feel myself that science and religion are incompatible. One example is a famous creationist who opened up a museum dedicated to opposing evolutionary science. His name is Ken Ham, and at many of his lectures he asks the crowd, who are you going to trust, God or the scientists? And of course the audience chooses God every time. This is an example of a man who's intentionally opposing intellectualism, and he's doing it in the guise of religion, setting the two against each other. But it does not end with religious speakers. Anti-intellectualism is found in politics as well. During the 2012 Republican primaries, Rick Santorum campaigned against donating to colleges because he blamed them for creating atheists out of believers. He even called President Barack Obama a snob for wanting Americans to go to college or to get professional training. But it does not end with them either. The media also facilitates a distrust toward the intellect. We are aware of the mad scientist or the evil genius. Maybe you think this is a rare occurrence and that the intellectual as the bad guy or causing some kind of calamity is a rarity. Well, here are 12 examples of this actually occurring in various media. And if that's not enough, here's 12 more. And these are just the examples I could think of on the spot. But this is a problem that's not just limited to fiction, politics, and religion. Here is Sherry Shepherd, who openly claimed that nothing, not even Romans or Egyptians, predated Christianity, and that she was unaware of whether the earth was round or flat because she thinks more about feeding her kids than wasting her time thinking about these intellectual things. Questions that aren't even that difficult. Things that everyone should know. As stupid as her behavior is, she has attempted to turn being ignorant into a noble thing. So why does this matter? Why am I so upset? It matters because the United States now ranks 15th in science proficiency, despite being the wealthiest and most powerful nation in the world. It matters because we lost the opportunity to be home to the world's largest hadron collider because it would be used to find the Higgs boson rather than to find God. And on a side note, had it been approved to be built in Texas rather than Switzerland, it would have been twice as big. When one of the Texans on the panel deciding whether or not to approve the building of this particle accelerator asked if they would be able to find God with the machine, the scientists told him that they were looking for the Higgs boson, and so he would deny. Never mind that this would change everything we know about the entire universe around us, and answer some of the most fundamental questions such as why does matter have mass, and what are the conditions of the early universe. Higgs boson is a science thing, not a God thing, and God trumps science every time. And how do we react to scientific endeavors of this sort? We fear it. The Large Hadron Collider is going to create black holes which will consume us all. I ask you, do these people look like mad scientists to you?
I'm about to drop some particle physics in the club. The LHC is super duper fly. You know what I'm saying. Check it.
27 kilometers tunnel underground, designed with mind to send protons around. A circle that crosses through Switzerland and France. 60 nations contribute to scientific advance. 2 beams of protons swing round through the ring they ride, till in the hearts of the detectors they made to collide, and all that energy packed in such a tiny bit of room becomes mass particles created from the vacuum, and then
Oh yeah.
LHCb sees where the antimatter's gone. Alice looks at collisions of lead ions. CMS and Atlas are 2 of a kind. They're looking for whatever new particles they can find. The LHC accelerates the protons in the lead and the things.
But the fear does not end with physics. We distrust biology as well. There's no reason to distrust genetically engineered foods. In fact, they pose less of a danger to you and the environment than food that has not been engineered. Ken Miller, the aforementioned molecular biologist, said that he would actually pay extra for modified foods because he knows that they have not been sprayed with pesticides because they do not need it. He knows that they were not farmed in ways that kill environmentally necessary weeds that, when destroyed, threaten the existence of the monarch butterfly. But genetic engineering sounds like something a mad scientist would do, right? Too bad we forget that the classic mad scientist is a fiction. Just take a look at this image. This is an attempt at a protest against genetically modified foods. The reason why this image is laughable is that the only example of a genetically engineered calamity that this protester could think of using is Frankenstein's monster, a fictional character from a fictional story. It is just another example of how people do not think before they distrust intellectuals.